much. Welcome to corporate occupied territory. It's time for the people to free the country and liberate Washington, D.C. Let's end this corporate occupied territory, huh? And hey, let's rock the empire while we're doing it. Man, they're good. That is hot music. That is hot music. You know, I want to tell you that one of the things that they like to say about us in this Occupy movement is that we're a leaderless movement. In fact, we are a leader-filled movement. We are a leader-filled movement. I'm telling you, we are at the first steps of a movement that will not be stopped. And you are here to be part of those first steps. That makes you a leader. That makes you a leader with responsibilities. With leadership comes responsibilities, and your responsibility is to grow this movement. Your responsibility is to create new leaders. Your responsibility is to stand strong on our issues and not compromise. Not to allow the Democratic Party, the Republican Party, the think tanks that are funded by the corporations to get us off message. We need to stay strong and clear and consistent and uncompromising. And that's what our leadership needs, and that's what you all bring to the table. So thank you very much for coming. You know, we decided to pick this day because it's the beginning of the 11th year of a war that never should have started. The war on the Middle East. We used Afghanistan as the first step in the war in the Middle East, and it's still going on today. We've destroyed that country over and over. We've killed civilians wantonly. We're now droning Pakistan. The war has moved into Iraq and Libya. We're seeing now military actions around the globe in the name of American empire. I think it's very important for us to use that word, empire, because it's a word that the media and the politicians never use. The truth is, we are the largest empire in world history. And it's a secret from our own people. People don't even know we're an empire, and yet we're the largest empire in world history. So it's time for us to use that word, use it openly. We have 1,100 military bases and outposts around the world. 1,100 at their peak. The United Kingdom and Rome had 37 bases. We have 1,100. We are the largest empire in history, and it's time for us to bring that out of the closet, let the American people know it, because one reason why our economy is in decline is because empire is not good for us. It's not good for our national security, it's not good for our economy, it's not good for the world. It's time for the United States to stop playing the role of empire and start becoming part of the world community. People, you know, wonder why folks haven't been coming out and protesting like they did in Vietnam. In Vietnam, there was the military draft. That made it personal. Now we have something personal in the United States, economic insecurity. It's an insecurity that affects every American except the top 1%. We're all economically insecure. We all know it's because of the misleadership of our government. We all know this very important fact. And if you don't know it, you gotta learn it. The people can rule better than the elites. The people can rule better than the elites. It's critical. It's critical for us to internalize that and be confident about that, because the elites have sent us off an economic cliff. They've sent us into war quagmires, and they're an illegitimate government. This democracy's become a fraud. Less than half of Americans are registered to vote. Less than half of those ever vote. That means a landslide victory is about 15% of the public supporting our president. That's what you call an illegitimate government. We cannot trust that anymore. We need to restore power to the people, and that's what this is about. Shifting power to the people from concentrated corporate wealth. That's what we're here to fight for. You know, they often say about the Occupy movement that they don't know what we stand for. What we stand for is very clear. It's why they're on Wall Street. It's why we're on K Street. It's why we're in Washington, D.C. What we want is an end of corporate rule. End corporate rule. Three words. End corporate rule. Anyone ask you what does it stand for? End corporate rule. And it's not just the rule of our government. government. It's the takeover of universities by concentrating corporate power. It's the takeover of the media by concentrating corporate power. Our major institutions are being undermined by corporate rule, and we want to be here to end it. We want to free DC. Liberate DC as corporate occupied territory. It starts here, it starts now, and you are part of it. I'm going to make just a couple more points. We got a lot to do this afternoon. I want to tell you, we're not going at this with no strategy, without thinking this through, without a plan to succeed. We are in this to succeed. We're in this to shift power. We're not here just to have a nice day out in the sun, hear some great music, see some great people. We're here to change this country, to transform this country. We've looked at decades of how regimes change, and the regime of corporatism needs to change here. The way regimes change is you give power to those with too little power, and you take power from those with too much power. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to give power to the powerless and take power from the powerful. And we're going to do that. We're going to do that by breaking the pillars on which this government's built. The military's already stretched thin. People in the military are already opposed these empire walls. The police who are here today protecting our First Amendment rights, they're having their salary held back so they can have health insurance. Workers are having their unions taken away from them, their wages dropped, income is now down from 10 years ago. We're losing our income, we're losing our middle class. The people are in revolt. The youth of this country are in particular revolt for very good reason. They are in more debt than any generation before them. More debt than ever. It's time for us to develop a plan to forgive college debt. So we look at these pillars and we're going to weaken them. We are weakening them. Your presence here is weakening them. The fact that everyone here has the capacity to be the media makes us a democratized media that can overtake the corporate media. We can be the media. We can be the message. We can be the change. We don't have to rely on a leader. We are the people, and the people will make the change. Okay, let me close by saying this is the first phase of a large campaign. What you see here today is magnificent, but when you come back in a few years, it's going to be 10 times the size of this. It's going to be much bigger, it's going to be unstoppable, and you are all going to help make it happen. We are all going to help make it happen. We're going to work together to create a movement that cannot be ignored, that cannot be stopped, that they can no longer stop from making the change that we all want. We see the need. End corporate power, starting now. Thank you all very much.